The things we know, but no one mentions. It's 21 questions with existential tension, unusual amazement, fantastical lessons. 21 questions with you.
Welcome to 21 Questions. Today with us we have Melody Kiser. Want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Yes, my name is Melody Kiser. I'm just a musician, singer, songwriter from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, if you're ready, Melody, we'll jump into our 21 questions.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
All right. If you could be any fictional character, who would it be?
Oh, wow. Okay.
These are
okay. I would pick Alice in Wonderland.
Ooh.
Because she just gets herself into some crazy stuff. And she's one of the only traditional Disney characters that's not saved by a prince. She saves herself.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah, and so I would pick her. She's got a crazy life, falling down holes and stuff. So definitely Alice in Wonderland.
What is something that you wish you were really good at?
Dancing. I know that was fast, but that's like the one thing that I wish that I was so good at. I've thought about taking lessons for years, but I'm just your typical white girl dancer. So I wish that I were better at that.
All right. What is your dream vacation?
Ooh, so I'm like a foodie. So
okay.
let me think. Because I've gone on some really great vacations. You know, I've always wanted to go to New Zealand just because it has so much natural beauty. So I would want to go to New Zealand and have enough money in the budget to eat out and actually experience the culture to the fullest. Yeah. So I would pick that. I would say that that's probably my dream vacation.
Okay. If you had 20 seconds to talk to your 15-year-old self, what would you tell her?
Oh man, she's a mess. Let me think. I would say like be more patient with yourself. Like I kind of always had this expectation that as soon as I hit, 18, I would be able to go and do all of these things and I would be instantly successful. And, I really had like a very not realistic expectation of like, what makes success in life. And so I would tell myself to be patient and be kind to yourself. I'm definitely my worst critic, and I definitely was then. So, I would just say, calm down. Take a chill pill. I think that would be I think that would be my number one piece of it. Even to myself now, I'm really the same person I was when I was 15, just a little bit older. But yeah, I think that would be it.
Okay. If you could start a secret society, what would it be for?
Oh, that's a good one. I have no idea. Let me think. A secret society. I would just say weirdos. Like, I just like people who don't fit in. So I would do the secret society of weirdos. Like, all are welcome. If you're super quirky, that's even better. I would pick that because I really just love culture. I love parts of town. Like you were talking about Colorado. I love just the culture in each city to city. And even where I live, Atlanta, we have some really cool artsy neighborhoods that are my favorites. And so, I would make a society with those people. We would just be a bunch of weirdos hanging out.
Yeah, we definitely need that, and I will be joining.
Sweet. I'll have to come up with it then.
What would you genetically change about humans to make us a better species?
Ooh, that's a good question. What would I genetically change? This is tricky. Let me think. I don't know. That's hard. I mean, the first one that came to my mind is I would say, like, just get rid of the appendix. Because,
Okay.
like, that's like, you know, we don't need it. It causes issues. Just, like, knock that one out.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like, mentally, you know, I wish that there were some genetic trait that would stop people from getting cancer at the rate that they're getting it. I think that that's kind of almost become an epidemic in itself.
Yeah.
You know, and thankfully I don't really have like a family history necessarily of it, but it's just too much. Like I just think, you know, and I'm sure it's what we're eating, and you know, our cell phones, I'm sure, have a huge part to do with
Probably.
that. Yeah, but you know, that's what I would change. Final
Okay.
answer. I would genetically make cells stop mutating.
What is the difference between living and existing?
Ooh, that is a super good question. I think a lot of it has to do with your outlook and kind of your mental state. I think when you're existing, you're not living each day to the fullest. You're just ready to just for the day to be over, to go to sleep, to wake up the next day and exist again. But you know, when you're living, you look forward to things. You want to be your best self. You want to be productive, and you know, you set goals for yourself and try to meet them. And that's just not the case when you're just existing. You know, when you're just existing, you're just, you know, nothing seems right, nothing feels right. You just kind of go day by day, and you're there, but you're not meeting what you want yourself to be, you know. So I feel like that was a deep answer, but deep
Yeah.
answer to a deep question.
Yeah. I look at that one as like passion. Like
Yeah,
to live, you have to have passion for something. You have to have that drive, the desire to do something.
exactly. Yeah. Motivation, you know, you have to feel, you're right, it is passion. You have to feel passionate about something, and like I said, kind of just motivate yourself to do what you love doing.
Yeah.
But
Do you think parallel worlds exist?
absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm full on board with all of that, all of those theories. I'm a huge nerd, actually. Even a really big math and science nerd, which is very weird for musicians, I think. But totally, I absolutely believe that those exist. I believe that wormholes exist. I believe that other dimensions exist. I'm all into that stuff for sure. So
Definitely.
yes, I think in a parallel world, I'm a little less anxious. I'm a little more fun, you know. So I dig it. I'm into the parallel theories.
Have you ever seen the show Sliders?
I haven't. No.
It's an old show. I want to say it's like from the 80s,
Okay.
but it's basically so this guy, oh, what the heck is his name? I forget his name. But he creates this thing. He's trying to make a wormhole, and he somehow explodes it in his basement, and it engulfs him, his teacher, one of his best friends, and this random guy on the sidewalk.
That sounds awesome.
The four of them then have to slide from dimension to dimension, and each one's a little bit different. They have one where it's backwards. There's one where like stop is go and red is green. There's one where the rain is acid. There's one where the men are women and the women are men. It's so like, I don't know who came up with all of these different worlds, but I want to be inside their brain.
Yeah, the weirdos in my society.
Yeah,
those are the people. That's the people that I'm trying to get in my cult.
Yeah.
But no, that sounds awesome. I'm actually a really big fan. His name is Michio Kaku, and he is actually like a theoretical physicist. I think he teaches at Caltech.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But I like him because he's kind of like Neil deGrasse Tyson in the way that he kind of puts really advanced concepts into layman's terms. so
Oh,
that
okay.
people can understand them. But he has several books on like that kind of thing. He was one of the founders of the string theory
Oh,
and one of the developers of that. So super intelligent guy, was like one of those kid geniuses. But you should
okay.
look into his stuff. If you're into stuff like that, I
Yeah,
think you would
definitely.
appreciate his work. Me too. I'm a huge like I don't know, space junkie sounds weird because I've never been there and honestly probably don't know much about it at all. But it's very interesting to me. I've always
It is.
loved like astronomy and stuff like that. I'm with you
Yeah.
on that.
I had the option to take whatever science class I wanted in high school, and astronomy was
Mhm.
my choice. So I learned a little bit about the math behind it. Not very nicely, but
Yeah, no, I was a math nerd. I did astronomy and physics and all that goofy stuff. And for a while, I was like, like this is really interesting to me. But then again, it wasn't my number one passion, going back to what we were talking
yeah.
about. So now I'm a musician. So here we are.
Okay. It kind of goes along the same line. Do you think it's possible for humans to fathom the true depth of existence?
No, not humans in the way that they are now. Maybe like some like later, if somehow we just destroy ourselves, maybe some later form of human. But I don't know. I think humans' worst enemy is ourselves.
Absolutely.
Um, so no, I don't think, people can't even understand very, very simple concepts, so no, I don't think so. I think there will always be some form of argument. Um, and I think in a lot of ways, kind of all the different theories of existence probably are true in some way or another, but they're probably none of them are quite right.
Yeah.
So, I think that we would probably destroy ourselves in that argument, trying to find the way,
Yeah,
as we
definitely.
always have, you know. Seems like we've always kind of done that. Somebody's gotten mad about something and started a war over,
Yeah.
even that exact kind of ideology. So I don't know, maybe like later, some different species of us that's advanced and better. But no, I don't see the human race as it is now. No, unfortunately.
Do destiny and free will exist simultaneously?
Ooh. Yes, I think so. Yeah, I do think so. Cause I don't know, like I definitely think that we're spiritual creatures before we're physical creatures. Like I get into that theory for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that in some ways, in the ultimate goal, like our souls are supposed to do certain things and be in certain places, but we still have the ability to choose whether to do those or not. Obviously not like mundane tasks. Like it's not like my soul is supposed to vacuum for 3 hours today or something. Like that's kind of silly. But like as far as like meeting someone, and because in my experience, like even something that seems so detrimental and sad and tragic at the moment ends up actually being to my benefit later.
Mhm.
Whether it's losing somebody or losing a project or a passion, or I do think to some degree things do happen for a reason. So yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say yes. And definitely free will is obviously still a thing.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I don't know. These are like very existential questions. I love them.
They are. Um, they're not all. There's some different ones coming up, but
Okay, sweet. No, I'm loving these. I'm like, we're getting deep. Nobody ever asks these.
what is more real? How you perceive yourself or how others perceive you?
How you perceive yourself, for sure. And that's the hard one too, because I think that even within yourself, a lot of people try to be who they think they should be and not who they actually are. So I think once you finally get to like your true self and you can completely perceive yourself, that's like the ultimate real. that's like ultimate authenticity.
Yeah.
Because even people who love you, I mean, they don't really understand, the full complex nature of who you are. Only you can really know that. And it probably changes a lot,
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
sure, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, I think that that's way more authentic and real than whatever other people perceive you as,
Yeah.
because even if you're putting on a facade, you're still, your authentic self is still there. So,
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
still know the truth, even if
That's it. Yeah.
it's not like somebody might not see it, but you still know.
That's it. Yeah. So I think that makes it more real.
If it's bad to be at the right place at the wrong time, does that mean that it's good to be in the wrong place at the right time?
Yes. I'm going to say yes. How am I going to justify this? Well, but where my head first went is like, there's always movements and different things, just historically speaking. Like I said, I'm a nerd. So if we're just thinking like civil rights, right?
Okay.
There were obviously times in that, look at, the school shootings and all that kind of stuff that happened in that movement that were results of the movement. Yet it was still very important and powerful that people were there for it and still stood up for what they believed in, even though it was a wrong time.
Yeah.
Or even though it was a wrong place. It was still, I think that that's still, if as long as you're, there for something that you believe in and fully feel passionate about, then yeah, things can turn into a bad place at any time, I guess is where I'm trying to go with that. Like you can be in paradise and something terrible can happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it is. It depends on the situation, but I'm going to go with a yes.
Okay. Given the chance, would you want to know how and when your life will end?
Oh man, I'm gonna say no. Not for me, because I'm already like an anxious little bundle of nerves. And like I feel like that would just make it so much worse.
Yeah.
Like I think sometimes like ignorance is bliss. So
With certain things, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, there's some things that I just want to be ignorant about. And that's one of them. I think if there was ever an example, I think that's the one. So no, I couldn't deal with that.
Okay. If you were given an elephant, but you can't sell it and you can't give it away, what would you do with it?
Ooh, I would keep it. Elephants are like the smartest animals in the savannah.
Yeah,
they're a matriarchal society. They always take care of each other. They're very protective. They have the best memories of any animal, at least in the savannah. I don't remember that. But yeah, I would keep it. I would have a best friend elephant. I don't know where I'd keep it, but heck yeah, I would.
Yeah.
You would come up with something. Imagine how cool a party would be if like you have an elephant.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, you want to see my elephant?
Do we control technology or does technology control us?
I think the shift is about to come up pretty soon. I think thus far in history we've controlled technology, but now it's expanding at such a quick rate, and it's getting more and more intelligent. And I think to a certain degree it's kind of already starting to control us, which is unfortunate, but I think that it will continue to do so until a change is made. Yeah. But I don't really know what that change is, because the change is in a lot of ways made our, technology, even with social media, it's made our society, very advanced, but in a lot of ways it's just made us so terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know what the change would be, but yeah, I think technology is starting to control us more than we're controlling it at this point. And I'm so guilty of that.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get better at it. Like I've tried to, make time where I don't answer my phone every time it dings immediately, and I think that's been really good for my mental health too. But I think it's important that people do that. I think that that's probably going to be the change, is if we just stop letting our feelings and thoughts and emotions being controlled by, just stuff that doesn't really matter, and I see stuff too. I feel like technology in the way of like those deep fake things that are coming out now, where
Mhm.
like you can hardly even tell if it's real or not. I think that that is a very, very dangerous thing. So I see that going very badly,
Yeah.
but, but, um, but I don't know. I hope it doesn't, but I see it not being great.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're on the verge of something. I'm just not truly sure what that verge is.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does. I think that's the scary part. I really don't think anybody does. Everything's so uncertain right now. And there's no telling how far technology has gotten, and we don't even know about it.
Mhm.
Because, they say, like, yeah, I don't know, like military stuff, they always have the technology way before consumers do. So there's no telling what's out there
Oh
that we
yeah.
don't know about. So, yeah, I would hate for something, something to happen with all this, political unrest and stuff. I think that something bad could happen. I'm just hoping that people are smart enough to not let it happen.
Yeah.
you know I think that if we can just find some kind of ground where we all agree that that's a bad idea, then we'll be better off for sure.
Yeah, there's got to be a line there.
Yeah, it's like, now, I mean, there's like hydrogen bombs that can blow up like entire countries. It's like, can we just agree that like we don't want to do that, and like this
Right?
isn't that big of a deal? Like, it's not the end of the world. Like we can agree to disagree, and I think that's something that I think I don't know. I think that people have gotten worse about that with
I think
social
so too.
media. I think it's so polarized now. Um, but I don't know. I think that overall, hopefully people will, kind of come to their senses and see that none of us really want that. So let's stay away from that.
Yeah,
So I
I
don't know.
agree. This one
Should be an
kind of goes
interesting.
back to where we were earlier. The theory is that humans only use about 10% of our brains. So what do you think would happen if we were able to access and use all of it?
Ooh, so there's this really, it's kind of cheesy now, but there was this 1990s movie with John Travolta called Phenomenon. And
Okay.
I'm pretty sure what happens is he gets like this tumor in his brain and from like cancer, but it like presses on some part and then all of his brain starts working. So he's just like a super genius. So with that in my head, that's what my brain automatically goes to. So we would be able to read like just like skimming the book,
Okay.
get all the information. I would hope that we would become more emotionally, what's the word I'm looking for? Aware, of like, because, there's some people who, I guess it kind of depends on the personality, but I would hope that we would be able to really kind of understand each other better and understand where we come from. Because I think a lot of that is not, it's not that we're stupid or anything like that. It's really just like a lot of times where we kind of came from and where we grew up changes, and how we grew up kind of changes your outlook. You know what I mean? Is this making
Yeah.
sense at all?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Um, so I guess that's pretty much my theory on that. I don't know.
Okay.
I think that if we could, hopefully the world would be a better place. But I don't know. Super
Hopefully, yes.
smart people a lot of times go in like the evil route. So maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Hopefully,
know.
we have more people not going that route.
Right? That
But
would be my hope, is that we're intelligent enough to know that that's not a good route.
yeah, to know that, hey,
But
this is a bad idea.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, I would hope that if I had that power, I would be like Matilda and could like clean my house while sitting on the couch and like, that's what I would hope for.
Yeah. What is
I
that?
don't know.
Telekinesis or something?
Yeah, I would totally want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would want to read minds though, because that
No.
sounds, yeah, I don't want to know what people are thinking. I think that goes back to the ignorance is bliss thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'm better off not knowing.
Absolutely. Did the color orange come from the fruit, or did the fruit come from the color?
Ooh, I'm going to have to say that the color came from the fruit, because I'm sure oranges existed before language, so I'm going to say that the word came from the fruit.
Yeah.
If I had to put a theory on that.
It kind of goes to the what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of question?
Yeah, which is a really good question, because, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think there's any right or wrong answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did they call it a restroom if it's not for resting?
I rest in there. That's like the one break I get a day.
It absolutely.
But I don't know. I think it's kind of for resting. Maybe like gross resting, but resting nonetheless.
What is the most useless talent that you have?
Ooh. I have so many. Let me think. I don't even know if this is a talent, but I have this thing where when I get like really bored, I start singing songs and putting people's names into them, the people in the room. And I've gotten really good at that. To the downfall of me, because I'm pretty sure it annoys everyone. Absolutely annoys everyone to exhaustion. But I think that I think that that's a talent at this point. I've gotten so good at it from years of annoying people. So I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
I can put your name in some song. I'm waiting for my Tonight Show appearance where they do that like word artist go.
Yeah, like word association almost.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I would nail that.
Here's a fun one.
Okay.
Describe your job to someone from another planet.
Ooh, okay. So I stand on this platform and I scream at people in different pitches and play this tool that creates different frequencies, and we call that music, and people clap at me, which is putting their hands together. They seem to enjoy it. I don't know.
That works.
I think that's how I would do it. I was going like super alien, like they don't know anything.
Yeah, super alien, and like the aliens understand tech.
Exactly. That's why I was going frequencies. I was like, frequencies make music. We put different frequencies, get a different letter, and then we communicate those to each other, and then we make music.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, well, we are down to our last question.
Okay. I'm excited. What is it? These questions have been awesome.
Unlimited sushi or unlimited tacos?
Oh, man. I told you I'm a foodie. This ain't fair. Though, I would have to go tacos.
Okay.
Because, like, I can eat Mexican food all day, every day for, like, the rest of my life and not get tired of it.
I think you can get more variety out of a taco, too.
Yeah, for sure. I've had some pretty weird tacos. Like, I've had falafel tacos. Have you ever had a falafel taco?
No.
It's literally the best thing you ever eat. So it's like, you know what falafel is, right? It's like the chickpeas, like the Mediterranean. They put those in a taco. They put like, I don't even know. It's like just all kinds of good stuff on it. It's so good. They put like the tzatziki sauce. So it's almost like a Greek taco, but it's seriously one of the best things I've ever eaten.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to look it up. So that's why I would say tacos, because literally you just put anything in a tortilla and you call it a
Yeah, exactly.
taco. That was awesome. Those were like the best questions ever.
Yeah, I love these. Very, very different style interviews.
Yeah, but they're great. We got like all deep, and then we got into food, and those are my two favorite things: deep conversations and food.
Yes. That was the end of our 21 questions for today. Melody, if you want to kind of talk to our audience about anything coming up with you.
Yes, absolutely. So I have a band named Hey Dreamer, all one word, and we've been recording, taking advantage of all the off time in the pandemic to get a lot of recording done, which has been excellent, and a lot of songwriting. And actually, we're getting really close to finishing up our next album. We already have one out, and this one's produced by Will Turpin, and he's actually the bass player from a band called Collective Soul. And he's been great to work with, and we've just loved every second of it. And we applied last year for a festival in Worcestershire, England. And obviously it got canceled, but then they're wanting to put it together this year, and we're on the bill. So I'm really excited about that. That's May 28th. If any of you guys are traveling to Europe or know anybody over there, definitely hit them up. I'm really excited about that. And I mean, other than that, we're trying to be safe and do the social distancing. So we're not officially planning any touring or anything yet. We're kind of taking that day by day. But as soon as the CDC tells us we're safe and good to go, we're going to start jumping on that too. So hopefully we'll see everybody really soon.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
The things we know, but no one mentions. It's 21 questions with existential tension, unusual amazement, fantastical